So hello all the wrestling fans, I'm in here with the integrated Raw review of the RAW Roulette and a Night of Champions preview video. Raw really turned up and amped up the second hour of last night's Monday Night Raw. It started out pretty slow despite the kind of fun sing and dance contest with Teddy DiBiase singing. However, it turned up and the main event, the finish, was pretty awesome with all these tables and all this schmoz going on in the ring. And as Cena hoisted Orton up for the attitude adjustment, I really felt, well, fans are going to be PO'd right now, but Cena needs to win this in order to get some momentum. But wow, when Randy Orton turned that around and he won once again, and he is looking strong right now for the second week in a row. He came out on top, and I doubt he's going to win the title because he has gotten such immense push going into the Night of Champions pay-per-view that I more or less doubt that he's actually going to be able to win this pay-per-view. If you look back on Raw this night that it was on the RAW Roulette Show, I think it was a pretty good show, though it could have been a lot of stuff that could have been a lot better and that I would have liked a lot more. For instance, I don't get the body slam contest Evan Bourne versus Edge. Why did not Evan Bourne win that? I thought when Edge won, okay, he won. That just to look strong going into the Night of Champions. But if it anyway was going to end up looking weak, getting body slammed by Mark Henry, what's the point with that? Why not give Evan Bourne that push and then go on with the feud Evan Bourne-Edge after the pay-per-view Night of Champions, where I don't believe Edge is going to win the title anyways. It's just one move. That's the body slam. And that says to me that, well, Evan Bourne can't body slam Edge. That's pretty pathetic to me. And I think they made three mistakes here. First off, they didn't make Edge look strong going into Night of Champions. He looked weak. Second of all, they didn't take the chance to push Evan Bourne. They completely missed on that possibility to give him this little momentum of winning a body slam contest. And secondly, they gave this momentum to Mark Henry. That doesn't mean a shit, and who isn't gonna get a push anyways. That's my take on it. We can move on. Chris Jericho, that was great. Great promo in the ring. Great way he cut Michael Cole off several times with the emails. I would like to see that because we're all sick and tired and we like to hate Michael Cole when he reads these mails and begs us all to listen and have our attention. So it was very interesting, and the way he interacted with the GM, and he wanted the GM's email so you could mail him back when he was booked into a cage match. Interesting, but I think this kind of back to square one. First off, didn't John Morrison beat Chris Jericho? Why isn't John Morrison in the match to start with? He had an amazing match with Sheamus. This is like last year when John Morrison beat CM Punk when he was the champion 2 times. Still he didn't get a title shot. Instead they booked that to Jeff Crackhead Hardy, who left WWE anyway. Don't get that. So they could have had John Morrison into the match. They could have that, well, Chris Jericho, you're back in the match. And he goes, yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, like it was. But not as a wrestler. You're back as a referee, and that would have been great to see Jericho's reaction. That would have been great to see that make him go on his tirade, that he's being mistreated. It would be great to see him bark orders inside the ring at Night of Champions as a referee, and get John Morrison the rub, adding him into the title mix due to his great push as of late. And they've done a great work the 2 last weeks with John Morrison WWE. They can do that so fast if they want to, but why not do it all the way? I don't understand that. So that's basically the two things that I thought could have been done different by WWE this past night, elevating 2 stars more, and having some interesting stuff with Chris Jericho for the Night of Champions pay-per-view. As I see it right now, if I'm gonna go into the Night of Champions card, the Tag Team Championship completely lacks momentum. I think it's mainly due to Skip Sheffield getting injured, as I believe Skip Sheffield and the Nexus was going to get a title shot along with David Otunga. Skip and Sheffield of Nexus facing Hart Dynasty. Skip Sheffield broke his ankle. People have suggested why not put Heath Slater in there. No, Heath Slater is actually one of the better singles wrestlers. They could put Tarver and Otunga in there and make them lose or something. Because Otunga and Sheffield, they had momentum. They bet Morrison and R-Truth in a tag team match, and they are 2 of the biggest guys in the Nexus. Therefore, they are credible. And Sheffield is perhaps the greatest enforcer of the Nexus. They could have done that match. Didn't work out. And the way Barrett is the breakout star. Justin Gabriel pinned John Cena last week, and he's the artist of that group with his moves. Heath Slater got a great push, and the way he went through the table last night on Raw, awesome. And Heath Slater also pinned Edge and Chris Jericho at SummerSlam, remember that. I don't know where they're going with Darren Young, who turned up last week. Didn't show up this week. I don't know if they're going to go back with Nexus. But in a way, I think they're done with him. In a way, he actually was in a main event match with John Cena in his final Raw. That says something, and it was kind of a good match. He did a good delivery, and so why not? Either way, maybe they will do a tag team turmoil match or something. I believe with the lack of momentum built for the tag team titles, which of course could have some unfortunate circumstances due to injuries, they should allow Hart Dynasty to retain. Moving on with The Miz and Daniel Bryan. The way Daniel Bryan won this night on Raw, he should not win at Night of Champions. Therefore, I hope The Miz wins in a faint way, and he cheats, or in a fishy way, gets the title, retains, maybe due to Alex Riley interfering, and then they get more time to elevate Daniel Bryan, because they need to do that. More time, more of him getting mistreated and cheated by The Miz and Michael Cole. And they will go on to Hell in a Cell inside a Hell in a Cell steel cage. I don't like this new cage, so being so high, it kind of takes away one dimension, but it still will lock The Miz and Daniel Bryan in for themselves, and they could have a great match inside a steel cage. So have The Miz win the title at Night of Champions in a fishy way. Therefore, I believe The Miz retains. I'm a big fan, however, of Daniel Bryan winning on a later date, as I said, like Hell in a Cell per se. We could go on to the unification of the Women's and Divas Championship. Great idea, because the SmackDown division with Tiffany gone, Mickie James gone, Beth Phoenix injured, has stalled completely. They could have a great feud with Layla, Michelle McCool, Melina, get Maryse back into the mix, having some of the NXT 3 rookie divas. There seem to be some really interesting projects there. They can in a few months have Eloise come back, so they can have a great future with only one title on both brands. However, who's going to win? As much as I believe and like Melina in a way, I think they're booking her too hard. So I hope that, and I know who's going to defend the title. It's kind of mess. Layla is the women's champion. But the way they have kind of tarnished that title, I will have to say Melina will win and they'll keep the Divas title, or perhaps give her the Women's Championship, or bring in a new title. But they have kind of tarnished the belt the way Michelle McCool and Layla treated it, and maybe that's the reason why they have done all these storylines with it. So Melina will win that match. You want to be an even bigger superwoman. Like some people claim John Cena is, Melina is somewhat the superwoman of the women's division. We could go on to the world title. Kane wins. I don't know how, I don't know what way. Maybe he runs way, and that builds up the new match for Hell in a Cell, because I believe we're going to see a series of matches between Kane and The Undertaker. Kane retains the title. Then we have this big, we have the Intercontinental Championship. And I believe WWE missed out here, because they could have one type of match that I would like to see. They could have where we've seen matches ended in the DQs, countouts. That match that ended in a DQ was a great match. It was a great match on SmackDown for 15 minutes. Wow. Then I came up to think, why not? I mean, they have so many matches, back and forth, winning titles, cheating, DQs. Why not? And they can wrestle. Why didn't they have a 2 out of 3 falls match? That's the best way to settle a long score like this. It's a great feud for the Intercontinental Championship, don't get me wrong. I like this feud. It makes the title seem coveted. But why not have this? Because a 2 out of 3 falls match came up for this reason. When you have a lot of matches, one win there, one fluke here, one DQ there, one count out there, then you create a 2 out of 3 falls to remove all kind of elements of luck or slumps or chances. The best man wins, because the best man has to win twice. That's the way it could have settled it, and they could have booked it as one of the 3 big matches for the night, with the World Championship, WWE Championship, and the US Championship. Sorry, the Intercontinental Championship, as the US Championship match, as suggested by me, should end in a fishy way with The Miz and Daniel Bryan. So that could have been one of the 3 big matches. Then, well, I believe Dolph Ziggler is going to retain, however, in a way. I hope in a great, clean match. Then with the 6-pack, I don't see Jericho winning, Edge winning. It's going to be an elimination match. Randy Orton's been booked too hard to win almost. Wade Barrett, possibly. John Cena, not right now, but you never could say never about him. Wade Barrett, possibly. Could see Sheamus retain, and I believe that. Or Jericho gets eliminated, he gets back in their match, helps and screws the rest of the guys, whomever is left, helps Wade Barrett win, might join the Nexus, and from there the Nexus will grow in strength, grow in numbers, come back stronger than ever, and as I said, that doesn't kill us, that makes us stronger. So is it gonna be Wade Barrett or Sheamus? My cue here is that I believe Jericho is gonna join the Nexus. Again, I didn't think that. I've said The Miz before, but I think Jericho, I've changed my mind, because I can do that, and you can do that as many times as you want, and it doesn't cost you a dime. So I say Sheamus is going to win this match. Therefore, it's not going to be that much of title changes. I don't think it shouldn't. Move them on, build them up more. Share your thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day.